All right, here we go, guys. Band training. Let's see, where do we start? Let's start with stuff that you can do. All right, just a word on the actual type of resistance you're going to be using with these clients. You could definitely tell them that steady state resistance, right? The 50-pound plate going up and down, it will always be 50 pounds, right? This band is going to be dynamic. It might start a little lighter and end a little heavier. That's great, right? Explain to them that this dynamic resistance marries very well with their force production curve, right? When you're talking about the row, as you start to elongate the band is going to give you more and more fight as it resists being elongated, which is awesome because as we get to that elbow bend at 90 degrees, it becomes easier for us to produce force. So the band is meeting us with our strength curve. As we start to get more mechanical advantage, it starts to be a heavier resistance, right? This is a nice change of pace from the dumbbells that we've been using, the kettlebells, the cables that we've always been using. So Heather and I really love the bands. So I think I was pretty verbose on the importance of band safety, right? We want that to be securely fastened to a door that is not going to open, right? Make sure they lock it. Ask the client, does that door lock? Super important. Let's take the small steps to keep them training, right? They're not going to train if they lose an eye. So the band is never lax. The band always has some tension on it. And, we got band pass-throughs. We have Hal-off presses. You can have them stir the soup. I can get this guy just like the pulley at the gym. I can set it up a little bit higher. Need to make sure that this little knob, this guy right here, is on the other side of the door so that when you close the door, you might be able to slide it, but once it hits this, the door will have to come off for that thing to break. Trust me, it's not moving. It's really not moving. So here you go. You set it up high. Put yourself in a position to look good. Make them adjust on those presses. All pulls should be done with the hinge point at or below their belly button. All presses, right? Because they're going to have to lean into it. If they're in this lunge position, should be downward directed, slightly below the shoulder. So get that tubing, that contact point up above the shoulder, right? We're leaning into it. Remember what we talked about the last meeting, right? Same arm, right? Contralateral, right? Same arm, same leg back, right? This is pushing away from your strength, right? You want to come toward, not that you want to per se rotate toward the shoulder, toward the forward leg, but that's kind of where our strength is in that contralateral position. Ankle off the ground, no heels on, really trying to get in 1.5 feet. It's a little bit of a balance and stability position, and just have them press. If it starts to cut into them, it might be that they're too far to the left, so they can just walk laterally until they feel like it's against the arm, but it's not rubbing it, right, and sawing into their arm. Bang. If you can set it up a little higher. You can do some stretches that you would normally associate with like a TRX.
No, of course, but just imagine if we did this for... Yeah. All right, Julie. You're welcome. Have a good one.
All right, so I'm setting up nice and high. All right, that's going nowhere. We can do some lat stretches, right? Just coming through. Let me see, can you get another? All right, I take my leg back and I open up for those lats. I can also walk out, open up, and step into a nice dynamic stretch. I see Kevin do this one a lot with the red bands. All right, this is a robust, extra heavy blue band. Whatever, pick your, like if you have the Jeans of the world, the Gene Murphys, they might want to get into this stretch with the orange band. We directed them to buy the heavy band, the blue, and then this orange band, right? So this orange band can be used in much the same way. This would be more of the, you could do face pulls with this particular band. This one is light enough to get some shoulder presses, right? Dynamic, bilateral, right? That's what the freedom of what the band gives you. You can definitely do some bilateral work. We'll have some programs to follow, but start wrapping your head around the things that you can do with a band that has handles and is joined in the middle. Definitely a ton of stuff we can do with a door jamb. The blue band is going to be very difficult to do shoulder presses with, but I think it will add a nice dimension to programming when the client gets their band. So definitely promote them getting the band, because it's going to make your job of programming for 45 minutes probably more often than you see the client, twice a week. They might be going on for three, 4 times a week, we've seen. So it'll just give you a modicum of variability and nuance when you're training them so often. So any questions, let me know, 917-572-7495. If they need to know where the Amazon Ideal List is, the Grassroots Fitness Project Basics, it's on the description of the video that details the who, what, where, and why of the Grassroots Fitness Project Basics list, which you should have gotten this afternoon. Thank you so much.